Generally, when talking about the war on Christmas, Bill O'Reilly likes to be very vague. They're creeping secularists, they're attacking it in very vague terms. But he made a mistake when he brought up a specific example. He's going to talk about it in this clip.
Recently, we've seen 3 cases where schools have banned music from their schools based on misinformation that's been put out by these organizations that don't understand the constitutionality of Christmas. And then the last one was in South Carolina, where it was a school band. There weren't even words. It was just music. And they said, well, even though the students picked these songs, Joy to the World and O Come You Faithful, they banned them from the schools. Alliance Defending Freedom sent a letter, told the truth about Christmas, that Christmas is constitutional, and they allowed these back in the schools.
What prompted the school officials here in a small town, Rock Hill, to say, you know, we're not even going to allow Christmas music? Were they threatened? Did somebody come and shake them? What precipitated that?
What's happening to this school and others is that they're getting misinformation from groups like the ACLU and the Freedom from Religion Foundation. They're coming in and they're telling things about Christmas that aren't true.
Well,
and
give
so
me an
what
example.
We need to do,
give me an example.
Well, they're saying you can't have Christmas carols in the school. The students can't sing religious music in the schools. The problem is some of these small schools, they're afraid of litigation. They don't have big budgets.
Yeah, so you see that Bill asked that question, and he didn't really directly answer it.
Right.
It's because it's all BS, and he doesn't have an answer. He unfortunately did not account for investigative journalist J.R. Jackson, who's going to do a little bit of basic research into the story and find out what actually happened at that school. So the man who said that he had to cancel the Christmas music because of the ACLU, that's Clay Eaton at the York Preparatory Academy, who said that the ACLU sent him a letter when they were going to have their Christmas music. Now, didn't have any lyrics, and so that seems ridiculous. Why would you try to stop just the music itself? Well, the ACLU said, we didn't send him a letter. And so Clay Eaton responded by saying, well, yeah, they didn't send me a letter, but they had a press conference. And the ACLU said, yeah, we had a press conference a year and a half ago about religion and government. It had nothing to do with York Preparatory Academy. It was a completely manufactured scandal or controversy. And he just preemptively said, well, we're not going to do it because the ACLU inviting the religious and conservative organizations to step back in to reinstate the music.
So, look, I'm so glad JR looked into that because it's such a great circular reasoning that they have, right? So that Clay Eaton probably watches the O'Reilly Factor and Fox News, and he hears about the war on Christmas. And then the minute he can pretend to be the victim, you know, he's like, oh, a year and a half ago somebody had a press conference having nothing to do with us, right? Oh, I'm the victim. Oh, my, they did it to me. But oh, my God. Oh, they took away the joy of Christmas. And then O'Reilly then says, oh, great. And he puts it back on air and says, you see, there was a war on Christmas. And on it goes with absolutely no substance.
I like Christmas music. It's one of my favorite types of music.
I don't get what enjoyment they get out of pretending to be victims.
Money, ratings, victims. That's their whole thing.
But this guy from the school in the small town, like, what is he getting out of this? Like, what kind of enjoyment or pleasure does he get out of pretending as though people are attacking his religion?
Oh, it's that Munchausen's by proxy or whatever. I don't know what that is. But the thing is,
He's making someone sick so you'll feel influential about
no, of course he gets the attention for doing this. He's on Bill O'Reilly. They're talking about him. He's written up in online news articles. This guy, it's a big controversy. Of course, he loves it. Plus, he gets to be. People love. It's the attention he got for being. I'm fighting the ACLU.
And he doesn't think the ACLU is going to basically call him out on his lie.
And the ACLU using a lie about it because there's nothing the ACLU wants more than the publicity from being involved in a case like this. They would have taken credit if they could have. But as you were sort of implying this, there's no more, I guess, more desired position in American politics and media than being the victim. Especially when you're not a genuine victim, because then you get to have your cake and eat it too. Like, the right creates victims. You know, they attack the poor, they attack minorities, and then those people get to say, look, we're being completely victimized. And in the past, that's led to things like the civil rights movement and stuff like that. So now they want to be the victim. And there's no political jujitsu, I guess, that's better, I think, in our recent history than Christians who are the overwhelming majority of the country saying, we're being attacked.
And they have
everything.
They have the most sway in our domestic policy as well. I mean, to think about that. I mean, they dictate a lot of our social issues.
But Anna, if that was true, you know, we would have had at least one Christian president.